Oh my gosh. Think it's time you let me know. Wait, do you want to hear my pun? Listen, listen, listen. I didn't spleen this coming. By the way, my chair is squeaking. It's not any kind of weird, like, suspicious sounds, okay? It's my chair. Hi. Hi, my name is Sylvia and I'm blind and I am your favorite blind girl, actually blind, love is blind fanatic. And I'm back here to talk to you guys about episode 4. I had to think about what episode are we on? What are we doing? So yeah, and it's literally, let me tell you what time it is. It's 2:17 a.m. and I've been recording these slash streaming these back to back to back, episode 2, 3, and now we're doing 4. But before I did this one, I had to I stood up and went for a bit of a walk. In my room and had some water and whatever. Like I just kind of what's the word, recalibrated a little bit before starting the final bit. This is the last one of this batch, and then we can wait for the new ones to drop. If you're watching live, don't be shy, say hi. Also if you're watching it back, also don't be shy, say hi. Be sure to share your thoughts. I definitely want to hear your thoughts. Did I say here? Yeah, it is here. It is here. I will be hearing them if I'm using my screen reader or reading them, whichever one. So yeah, but before I get started, let's did I load it? I think I did. Let us just play this one thing. Yeah, let's play this one thing. Let me Huh? What did I do? Where'd it go? Oh, it disappeared. Sorry, there it is. You can tell it's 2 a.m., right? All right, here we go.
I wanted to do something for you that I hope will be special and unique towards you, and you'll appreciate it. So it's been really hard for me to write original music recently.
Right.
And this connection with you and doing this with you has encouraged me to write.
Yeah.
Which is really lovely. So yeah, should I sing you my cheeky song?
Oh, God.
Do you want to hear it or?
Basically, by this point, the spleen had already spoken, right? And he wasn't trying to have it. He wasn't trying to hear her song or whatever it is she came up with. He was like, yeah, no, I'm done. I mean, he didn't say as such, but that's really how it felt. I feel like I'm too much on this side. How can I fix that? Is that better? Let me see. Let me try and sort out my positioning because that's crazy. I feel like I'm so misaligned. And I'm only using my little laptop camera, so nothing too fancy that I can reposition quickly. I think that should be fine. Okay, so you guys, as I said, don't be shy. Say hi if you want to leave a comment or anything like that. Hold on a second. Bear with me. It's Windows coming up that shouldn't be coming up. Ugh. Sorry. Get rid of that one. Okay, we're back to normal. We're back in business. I actually have very low battery as well on my laptop, so I really need to get on with the review. A couple comments I wanted to read from that post to kind of understand how people are feeling and about Patrick's decision that he's about to make, that you can clearly tell he's about to make. First, let me actually start reading the notes as to what happened in this episode, and then I'm going to pause and read these notes. So yeah, episode 4, the spleen has spoken / I didn't spleen this coming / whatever the title is right now, something to do with the spleen. It opens up with Patrick and Anu in the pod, and he says his spleen told him to break up with her. That's literally all I wrote because I was like, at this point, I was like, yeah, you kind of have seen it coming. According to his reaction when she keeps saying she wants to sing, he's like, oh, well, oof, I don't know what to tell you. Oof. You know, if he was still very much in there, he'd be like, yes, sing for me, baby. No, or maybe he would, I don't know, I'm not sure where he's from. So I just want to read a couple comments that people have made about this current particular situation. Someone said, I appreciate that he didn't string her along, and that he also saved us from hearing him say spleen for the rest of the season of 6 episodes, whatever it is, for 6 more episodes. Um, Someone said, I'm glad he followed his spleen. She dodged a bullet. I don't know. I don't know anything else about this person, so I don't know whether or not. Let's see. Ooh, hold on. Okay, there we go. Is everybody forgetting she was literally is everybody forgetting she was literally acting cold on the previous day? He was happy to see her even asked her to sing, and she said, no, now you wanna come in here. Now you wanna come in here and sing. Nah, keep those vocals. So someone else said, and it's true. Like I did point it out in, if you haven't watched my review of episode 3, go ahead and watch it. But I did point out that she was just there, like it's like she was there to eat her sushi and leave. Like he came up with this whole concept for what do you call it, for a spa date, and she was literally just there eating and saying, right, okay, oh, I don't know, like when he asked the questions. However, I just said it could be coming from, according to my guesstimations, it could be coming from how he was like responding to her answers to questions in the previous day as well. Like it feels like it's just been one snowballing. I need to stop accidentally bumping into my equipment because I keep accidentally doing stuff. Blind girl problems, blind people problems, not just girl. But yeah, so someone else said, as hard as it is letting people down, can we have some love for the fact that Patrick took the harder route and didn't allow Arnie to sing her song and then say no? Mm. That's a very good point. He didn't wait for her to sing her heart out and be like, actually, you know what? This is what I was doing. I was actually about to break up with you. That would have been heartless for sure. But yeah, okay. Let's get into the rest of the episode. The girls are playing hide and seek in their quarters, and that was so cute. Next we see Jed and Barda in the pods, and Jed proposes. They about to get married. Jed says, I've got myself a fine Albanian girl, and I was like, about a fine human being, a fine, beautiful human person. Next, we see Kieran and Megan at their reveal. There's barely any mention of looks being important between both of them, which is great. I was like, that's, it sounds like they're off to a great start. Audio description said they kiss with almost instant passion. Okay. I was like, okay. And they both literally cannot believe how lucky they are by getting a person that they find attractive. Like they're literally both so attracted to each other, which is cute. Demola and Javen heading to a date with Katisha. This is when now Katisha makes her decision. In episode 3, I called the review Katisha Please. And this one is going to be called Katisha Why. Okay, so we're done with Katisha Please, now it's Katisha Why. Okay, so Demola says, he's ready to propose, he's all gung-ho, he's all happy, his heart is singing, and Javan is saying that he's not sure that she's committed. He's not sure that she's committed and that she should propose. SMDH. Anyway, so Damola and Katisha are in the pod, and Katisha says that she had to go with her gut on her other connection. Katisha, why? Why? Anyway, Damola said that Katisha said that like Damola basically said, yeah, Katisha, why? But why? And she says that the connection wasn't always there. Like I think she's basically saying that she's had to work at the connection with her and Damola. Wild. And Damola says that he was about to propose to her and then he leaves. And oh my gosh, my heart. My heart. But anyway, in the guys' quarters, somebody says to Damola, because he goes in all dejected. I mean, he is dejected, but also he's trying to keep it together, bless him. So he walks in saying, no, she decided to go with Javon, da 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 da. And then he sits down trying to restart, collect himself. And yeah, like he's basically just trying to keep it together, but obviously being dejected, like allowing himself to feel what he needs to feel, but also he was feeling really bad, but also trying to keep it together at the same time. Like, I don't know, audio description didn't tell me if he was crying or not. I don't know. But what I loved about it is that one of the guys said, if she's acting like that, then she's not the one for you. And I was like, yes, that's some solid advice and a solid guy. I wonder if it was Cal. And you'll see why I'm wondering if it was Cal who said that later. But I'm on now, on hindsight, I'm wondering if that's who that was. Anyway, let me check the battery situation real quick because I might have to switch mics real soon. Okay. Not too bad, but I might have to switch microphone soon. So Katisha says that he deserves someone, that Damola basically deserves someone who is 100% on him, and you're damn right. She now tries to get Javon. Like literally, she goes, I hope I haven't ruined it by saying that that I had a stronger connection with somebody else. She's literally now gone to Javon to like literally try and grovel and beg back, like, hey, please, sir, please, I love you, please. Anyway, we see Katisha and Javon in the pods, and she said she would literally propose to him right now at this point. She feels so happy that he's even there gracing her with his presence. And Javon tries proposing and seems to not really know why. Like he doesn't seem to know why he's even asking her to sorry, I'm looking for my phone. He doesn't even seem to know why he's asking her to marry him. I guess other than the fact that she said she would propose, which is what he said it would take. So I'm just gonna try and find that. Unfolds into a spectrum of colors. Yes, that's how you know. That's how you know you're about to enjoy. I have to follow. Hold on.
For me, is the ultimate. That is the highest of the highs. But
to me, Javon proposing while not knowing why he's even proposing, other than that she was going to propose. Crazy. Let me try and find it. I should have done a timestamp of it. Give me a second.
I'm starting to.
Damola celebrates with Jed and heads for the.
Man. It might have been Jed who said she's not the one for you, because you were celebrating with Jed before going into the pods to propose Damola. But we're trying to find the part where.
By saying that I had a stronger connection with someone else. I'm scared. What's too late? Katisha goes to a date with 28-year-old health coach Javen. Hello.
Hello. You okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sound a bit nervous.
I am nervous. She runs her hands through her hair. I'm just glad that you're here.
I'll be honest, like, I felt like maybe I should just go yesterday. But, I really do think that you're a great person. You've got a caring spirit. I really value that. You're the kind of person I can just see being in my life for a very, very long time. How do you feel?
Am I allowed to feel excited?
Even in the way, I don't know, like I think, and also wanting to give somebody the benefit of the doubt, maybe he just doesn't communicate feelings as much, you know, so maybe to him he's really said things in there. But yeah, let's see.
Gosh, well, I didn't plan any fancy speech. Now I'm feeling like I should have written a proposal for you. Because
What you said so far has been amazing.
so I am gonna let you know how I feel about you.
Okay.
And I didn't anticipate feeling so connected to you in such a short space of time. It's scary to think that we still haven't even seen each other, you know. But I genuinely think that there's something here, and because of that, I have I feel like, you know.
This is the first time I've heard you like stumble over your words.
Sis, that's because he doesn't know why he's proposing to you. He has no idea why he is not even trying to get married. Anyway, she says yes after that proposal, and Javan, yeah, Javan. I've been calling him Javan this whole time. Javan, in the interviews, he said he feels like he won a prize that he wasn't even expecting to win, and that he was ready to end it before he went in there. For fudge's sake, why, Katisha? Why? Yeah, the previous, like I said, the episode review of episode 3 was Katisha, please. This is Katisha. Why? Let me see if I can find.
I really want to marry you. So I don't even know how to really explain it, but it was almost like I won a prize that I wasn't expecting to win.
Javen arrives back in the living quarters.
Download it.
As in, bro, mate, sir, sis. This was all I was addressing Katisha from when I said bro. I just say bro to everybody. But I am not a Gen Alpha, but I say bro to everybody. Okay, so anyway, what really touched my heart about this whole thing is that Damola was the one leading the celebrations for what's his name's for Javan's engagement to Katisha, and the audio description says away this part broke my heart as well. Like it was so but at the same time, so what's that? What do you call that when something is and what do you call that? All description said, away from the attention, Damola looks genuinely hurt. So I'm just going to try and find it, 26:08. At least I put a timestamp. Oh gosh. Ooh, the battery is starting to run out. Let's see how much battery I've got. So I don't get too carried away before, and then it runs out while I'm still being carried away here. Oh, Lordy, we've got 6%. Meanwhile, let me plug it in whilst I'm looking for. So I've had to switch mics, and I hope this is going to be clear enough because.
Damola gives him.
Thank you. Yeah. That's women, man. That's women, man. They don't know what they want, bro. They don't know what they want.
Billy looks unimpressed.
The thought of being someone's husband is scary. But I can't deny I'm excited. Definitely excited.
This guy went on this show that is a show for people to get married, not sure that he wants to get married, still finding marriage scary, still not really wanting to commit to anybody, still. What was he?
Yeah. Yeah, it was hard.
Hold on.
They don't know what. Thank you. That was a bit of a sticky situation. Yeah. I bent the knee like Jon Snow. Wait, come on, man. Cause like we've got to celebrate. Hey,
This is, this is now Damola leading the celebrations.
Damola leads the celebrations.
That's a lot.
Billy gives Damola a supportive pat on the shoulder. Away from the attention, Damola looks genuinely hurt.
As in, I think everybody was blindsided by that. Katisha's decision. None of the boys expected it. I don't know what the girls were thinking, actually. I don't know how they felt. I think she was communicating what she's going to do anyway, so they knew where she was going with her decision making. But, I don't know. I don't know. Like, okay. All right, cool. Anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, I wrote audit where audio description was doing its thing to make sure that us blind folks are not missing a thing. Yeah, so it made sure that we know that Damola was not looking very happy. And it made sure that we know everything that's going on around in the show, basically. Like, this is why I love watching shows with audio description, because it gives you a fuller picture than of what you might get. Because as much as I can see a little bit, I still miss a lot. Like, I've explained this a few times already. I miss a lot when it comes to like expressions, exchanges, silent communications, you know, those things. I miss a lot of that. So I love that audio description, which is literally an art. It's supposed to be like, it's literally intertwined with the show that you're watching, and it makes it more artistic. It makes you go up and down with the feelings too, you know, of the show. But let me not get too carried away. Next, we have Jed and Barda at their reveal, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried, right? I was a little bit worried, but they seemed really, really happy, but maybe a little underwhelmed, I don't know, or reserved. They do warm up and are still so cute. Like, initially they're like, hi, oh hi, oh. And then Barda was walking not the whole like, wow, my boo, running straight to Jed and so on and so forth. But I think they were taking their time, taking each other in, and they still continued being super duper cute. Love them. Right, so Javan and Katisha at their reveal. Katisha is gushing at the girls about him before, you know, they're at the reveal, but you know, when they do the background thing, scenes thing. Yeah. So Katisha was gushing about him, and Javan is, he goes, this is Javan's comment. He goes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a visual person. And I'm like, oop. And now, oop, not that there's anything to worry about with Katisha, but if you're a visual person, then that means you have a type as well. And if you have a type and you're a visual person, and the person in front of you, though beautiful, extremely stunning as they might be, and they're not your type, that's really, really, really gonna bother you. So I was immediately like, oh my God, please, not another shake. Not another Shake. Remember Shake? Or actually, the person I'd really compare with Shake, maybe, I don't know what happens later on, but is Cal. Because remember when Shake chose, what was her name? I don't know what her name was, you know. Ah, I've forgotten her. But you know when Shake chose the girl, the I don't know if she was Indian as well, but the South Asian girl, right? Even though that's typically not his type, usually he would be with, I think it's the same as Carl, like a blonde white woman. And he's another visual person as well. Well, I hope we just don't end up with another situation like that. But anyway, they meet, and Javan, bless him, launches into the book marketing professional summary off the situation, using words like, this experience has been intense, I need to find the timestamp for that, because I was like, why are you doing like the blurb behind the book? Why are you doing like the presenter's job? Literally. Anyway, he could just be, this is what I was saying last year about Sam, but I don't know. Javan could just be an awkward person like me. I don't have the right words at the right time most of the time. 99% of the time, I don't have the right words at the right time. I'll remember, like, 2 hours later, 2 days later, 3 weeks later, I'll remember, like, hey, I could have said this and it would have been a hit. But in the moment, blank is just like tumbleweed, or in my head, or what's the word? Static, yeah. In fact, that's the best one. Static from back in the day when the TV would go off and it's the end of the station's closing. That one. That's my brain, yeah, half the time, 99% of the time in social situations. So I can only imagine being in front of all those cameras and like it's got to be hard to just be yourself in these alien situations. So actually kudos to all those people who are managing to push past it and just be themselves. So to give Javan the benefit of the doubt, maybe he's just having difficulty with fully expressing his feelings from his heart, if he has them, because of that. Hopefully, like I'm just really keeping my fingers crossed here for Katisha, because this decision is not looking too great at the moment. So I'm just hoping that he's not that expressive, but he is feeling the feels. Okay. Next we have, what happens next? Oh yeah, they have like they have a sparse, nervy conversation before finally loosening up a little bit. And like I don't want to be too much, but I can only imagine what oh yeah, I wrote it down. Where it's like meeting your date for the first time in front of all those cameras and etc. etc. So yeah. And then next, so that's all the couples. They have all met and they are off to the honeymoons. That's all the couples we're going to see anyway. I heard like they choose couples. So we're off to Cyprus. Okay. The pods are closed. Are they closed? I guess the pods are finished. We're finished with the pods. Oh, hey, Owen. How are you doing? The way you tune in at such random times. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. So they're off to their, what do you call it? They're off to Cyprus now, okay? And oh yeah, this is a sidebar I had to remember to tell you guys about, right? One downfall, I guess, or one challenge that I have as a VI girl is that, when they're doing VI, meaning vision impaired or blind, one challenge that I have is, when they are in the pods, I get used to that sort of setting. You can hear their voices clearly. You can, I don't know, I get used to what they look like and sound like in the pods. Now, when they come out of the pods, everyone's voice suddenly gets more perky or more distant. I don't know how else to explain it, right? And so I then have to start learning all over again that whose voice is whose and who's speaking and when and so on and so forth. And audio description doesn't always tell you this. It doesn't always say right before they speak as well, because I feel like that's context I could really use right before they speak. It doesn't always tell you, oh, Sylvia is speaking, blah, blah, blah is speaking. Blah, blah. It doesn't always do that. So this is when a new challenge begins for me. But yeah, okay. So the couples are getting used to their new situations. They're settling in, and literally so am I. Let's see, and it's all really adorbs. We have Romeo and Juliet, and they are in a hot tub. Romeo and Juliet, by the way, is Cal and Sarova Darling. Cal asked Sarova about Katisha. She did one of my boys dirty, he said, and I was like, yes, she did. Perspective is everything though. And Sarova was like, she answered in a really diplomatic way and said something along the lines of, well, you know, I think she really genuinely was confused. I think it genuinely was a tough situation for her and so on and so forth. I don't know. And he was like, you know what, well, I'm not in the girls' quarters anyway. And she said the same thing, I'm not in the guys' quarters, so I don't know. But he basically did point out that Damola was sure that they're going to be engaged right up until the last minute, right up until he went to speak to her and he came back and was like, actually, no. So he was just really perplexed by that, as we all are, okay? Carl asking all the right questions. So Katisha, huh? Huh? Sorry, it's Carl. Carl said that Sarova isn't his usual type, which I mentioned a little bit earlier on just now. Yeah, isn't his usual type. And for Sarova, Carl is her usual type, which is she described like a pretty Asian boy or Asian pretty boy, whichever way round those adjectives go. So yeah, so she was very much enjoying, you know, being with him, but it was a bit tricky because, or rather it's looking a bit tricky for her because his type is not her. So but he was reassuring her though, saying like, but you know, but you're beautiful, da da da. Not but you know, just saying I'm really comfortable where I am. So Sarova um was feeling a bit nervous about this and mentions how Ashley and Bada are more his type. I feel a little bit of trouble brewing there, like she might be feeling a little bit uncomfortable there. Next, we have Javan and Katisha. Javan is still coping with being with being a fiance and doesn't love her yet. It made me start wondering, like, are you doing this for the plot? Because he went in there into the pods not expecting to get married, not expecting to propose, not expecting all of that. Came out having proposed. Just how do you do something like that so randomly? It seems he's just going with the flow, like, okay, let's see where this goes. But yeah, next we have Billy and Ashley, and they are adorable. They're both very happy with each other and touchy-feely and all of that. And then we have Jed and Bada. We're checking with Jed and Bada. Bada mentions Jed playing with her nieces and how this is a glimpse into his fatherhood. And he starts crying. Like that's how touched he was. It was like, oh, we're gonna be a happy little family. Oh my god, that's so cute. Um, Lipstick check. And then we're on to day 2 in Cyprus, and all the couples are happy. Javan and Katisha got closer. We know what that means, and didn't sleep much. That was their first night, basically. So this is the morning after the first night, right? And didn't sleep much, according to Javan. Okay, sensual. Couples, they do now, you know, the beach parties that they like to do with the couples and they go on their little honeymoon getaway things. So that's what they do. And yeah, the couples get together. Cal actually confesses in the interviews, you know, the little when they pull them aside, that Bada would have been my usual type, but I don't feel awkward and I don't want Sarova to feel awkward. So he's really acutely aware of that. He's obviously seen all the girls and it's like, yeah, Bada, my usual type, but you know what, it is what it is, and you know, it's fine. I'm not attracted to her or anything. She would just be my usual type. Okay, cool. So the girls talk about how they've all said that they love each other, you know, in their couples, basically. The girls are sitting to the side, they're all, you know, catching up and so on and so forth. And they all just talk about how they've all told their partner or their fiance really that they love them and how they all love each other. Let me check the charge because I want to put my microphone. I want to plug my other microphone back in. I don't like this one. I know it sounds like distant and everything because it's just the inbuilt laptop microphone. Yeah, 14%. Shall we try and make 14% work? Because I'm not happy with this. Hold on, guys. Let's put the mic in. Did you connect it? Did you collect? It did connect it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm sure you can hear me a lot better. At least I'm hoping so. Anyway, one curious thing is like, is it charged? But it is because it said it's connected. Okay, it's fine. Sorry. This, guys, we're nearly at the end of this episode. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So the girls now are like off to their side, catching up with each other. Like, oh my gosh, he said he loves me, and I said I love him, and it was all so cute, and so on and so forth. And yeah, so she says that she doesn't want Katisha, that is. She says that she doesn't want to rush it, but walks away looking a little bit nervous. And the girls are a bit worried. So Katisha, when they said like, okay, what about you? You know, like waiting for an update from Katisha, and then for her to say, ooh, I'm in love, and he's in love, and we're in love. And she was like, well, where I am, I don't really want to rush it. I'm not trying to move things too fast, and so on and so forth, blah blah blah. Okay, fine. Oop, hold on. Okay. So yeah, the girls are a bit like, "Ooh, I don't know, maybe that's just how she works. Maybe that's just how it is for them. I don't know, like, but they are quite worried about that. Um, Next, Carl pulls Katisha for a chat about her choosing Javan, and audio description said that Katisha looks defensive. Um, and Carl just wasn't too satisfied with her answer. Like she was just saying, it's just how I felt. It's nothing against him, and da 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 da. Because he was curious, asking all the questions. Like I'm curious too. I don't know if the producers asked him to do this, but I'm curious too. Like Katisha, why? Why? How do you overnight just wake up and say, actually, nah? I don't know. Like, you know, those previous episodes of Love is Blind where you've seen the person is legit conflicted right up until the last minute when they're saying, okay, I don't know what I'm going to choose. I don't know what I'm going to do. Da, 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 da. It wasn't even that. It literally, she broke up with the guy and then made up with him 2 minutes later. It felt like it might have been like 30 minutes or whatever. Crazy. But yeah, Carl wasn't satisfied with her answer. But yeah, in coming up, okay, so this is the episode, this is the end of the episode, and I want to show you guys what it showed us in the coming up next time in the, well, yeah, next time really. So what do I do? Resume.
Lights glow full as he stands alone. Ashley frowns and sips her drink. Katisha rejoins Javen. Ashley listens attentively.
Happy with that, alright?
It was close, and yeah, you got the report last minute.
Cut to black. The sunny coastline and a title in gleaming letters. Coming up.
I guess it's still wrong. You and Jamal was close, and yeah, you got the report last. Keep questioning that. But is that behaviour going to repeat itself to me?
Hi. Demola appears.
Yeah, you look beautiful.
Dad, we are getting married.
You're getting married? No, I think it's not the norm, is it?
Are you just going to jump into this regardless then? My chest hurts.
Jed and Barda are on a cliff top.
Let me take the lead.
I'm not built that way.
We did actually have an argument yesterday. I feel like it snapped me out of my bubble a little bit.
That's not normal. Jed stares at his parents.
With an Indian girl comes drama.
And getting married, it's massive. Are you 100% ready?
Mum, I would expect you to trust me.
I think the relationship's going to last. So no. Nice to meet you.
So different.
We obviously developed a really good connection.
Megan glares at Sophie. Anu arrives. Patrick's also there.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
You don't live far from here, right?
Literally 5 minutes up the road.
At least she finally sings for him.
You don't know this.
If you want to see her as
That's
a liar, I don't
Javan talking to
No, no,
some
it's
girl. I
bullshit.
don't know which girl.
Javan walks out. Katisha clutches her forehead.
No is attained to the saint, if love is blind.
Kieran and Megan's wedding. Carol rips an envelope.
I'm placing the future of my life in this man's hands.
Kieran paces by a lake. Fade to black. Executive producer, Nasleen Karim. Executive producers.
So yeah, in the upcoming, it looks like the drama is hotting up even more. It looks like, hold on, in the comment of Katisha is seen meeting Damola, and I literally wrote in Swahili, "Weh?" Is she gonna spin the block again? Are we spinning the block that we spun? Which I wouldn't be against that, if I'm honest with you. Like, if you want to spin the block that you spun and it's, you know, it leads to Demisha, let's do it. Let's do it. But yeah, so that's it. That's all I've got for episode 4. It was a crazy whirlwind. We do have all of our couples now. Everyone's on holiday. I don't know. I think they have a bit more holiday left to go, of course. Not holiday, what do you call it? They have a bit more honeymoon left to go, and then they get to go and live with each other. So I have a couple questions for you. How do you think the couples will get on in their holiday? Do you think they will survive the holiday in itself, like the honeymoon? Who do you think will do the best in that situation? Do you think that they'll survive living with each other? So far, right, Jed and Bada had like, we saw something about them arguing. Jed and Bada had been so smooth, like so cute, so smooth all the way through. And who's the other couple? Billy and Ashley. They're just cute as well. Like, they seem so comfortable with each other. They seem to care about each other, genuinely love each other, be into each other, want good things for each other, and all of that. So far so good. I think Billy and Ashley will probably get married. Let me see. These are my predictions, right? Let's see my predictions. Let's see what's gonna happen. So write down your notes, and then we can compare once we get to the weddings episode. I think Billy and Ashley will most likely get married. I don't know what could happen that could possibly take them in a different direction. Javan and Katisha are not going anywhere. Sorry, it's not a very solid. It's been a very rocky start, is what I would say. And even looking at the previews, and Javan, listen, the guy is there talking to some girl saying, "Oh, you don't live very far, do you? Oh, you're very naughty." Is he raising up another girl? Is he actually raising up another girl when he's supposed to be engaged, please? Like, he just seems to be doing it for the plot, and so far I'm not amused so far, so I don't think it's going too far with them. Who else is a couple? Sarova Darling and lovely Sarova Darling and Cal. I don't know if Cal's lovely or not, but I'm a bit scared. I'm a bit worried. He's giving me Shake vibes. So I'm a little bit worried there because, you know, she's not his usual type, and he obviously is aware of that before getting together with her. I don't know if they asked him the question like, "Hey, so usually which one of the blonde white women would have been your type?" I don't know if they asked him for him to, you know, say that in the interview thingies, right? Because to me it felt like there was no need to mention about Bada being his type, but hey ho, what are you gonna do? So the producers might have set that one up, I don't know. But what couple am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting a couple, you know. I don't know, maybe that's all of them, I don't know. But yeah, I'd say ones to really watch out for would be Javan and Katisha, and also Cal and Sarova. The other ones were just giving cozy vibes, but you know, it might get a little bit rocky later on. So let's see, what was the other one? Yeah, who will say yes? I've just talked about it, and will they survive living together? So, what do you guys think? Right, what do you guys think about all of that? I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts rather in the comments, and yeah, let's get the conversation going, you guys. That's the third review in as many hours in a row. I've literally done these streams one after another, after another, after another, and I'm super proud of myself. It's almost 3 a.m. I think. What's the time now? Yeah, it is 3 a.m. It's actually 3 a.m. I'm talking here calmly and everything and loudly enough. You'd think it's early. I don't know if I can get the screen to show. Hopefully it is showing. Hold on, let's try that again. Not my beat up screen. I don't know. Anyway, it's 3 a.m. Okay, or 3:03. So yeah, like you see the stuff that I do, because you know what, I love talking about Love Is Blind. And what was I even gonna say? It's gone. I remembered something I was supposed to say, but it's literally gone. Fine, okay. It shows you what time it is for my brain. My brain is ready to go. Thank you so much for watching. This is my chair squeaking. I say this every time. That's my chair squeaking, not me. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We had Cousin tuning in as well at some point. Thank you so much for saying hi. Please like the live, the video at this point. Please like the video. If you watched this far, also subscribe. You might as well stay. You might as well join the family and stay in the group hug. I'll be back with the rest of the episodes when they drop. Yeah, let's go. Let's see. I feel like I should do this really quickly. Hold on.
Still getting nowhere, yeah. If winter blows here, baby, I fear we gon' disappear. Do you even want me? Do you even worry that I'm gonna love somebody else? Do you think about me when you're feeling lonely by yourself? What's it gonna take for you to love, take for you to love me?
All right, you guys, Love Is Blind, because I'm blind. You're a resident blind girl, actually blind. Love Is Blind. Fanatic, I'm signing off, you guys. Thank you so much. Catch you on the next one. Bye.